Hi, everybody, and welcome to goodness only knows when, I think. And I hope that you can see this and listen to what we have to say and share with you. So I'm Julie Walton, and I am currently the Region Chief Commissioner for Girlguiding North West England. That means that I kind of look after, I guess, about 50,000 members across the region, and that includes 17 counties stretching from the north of Cumbria to the south of Cheshire, west across to the Welsh border, including the Isle of Man, and east over to towards Skipton and towards, we certainly include Ulster in the top of the Pennines. So a big widespread area geographically. If I hand over to Catherine to introduce herself now, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about Girlguiding North West England in 2021.
Hello, I'm Catherine. I'm Julie's deputy, and I'm also chair of the region finance team. I live right on one of those borders, so I'm probably as far east as you can go, because just literally a few miles down the road, I am in Yorkshire. So yes, I'm right over on the Yorkshire-Lancashire border. Emma, over to you.
So I'm Emma, and I am the Assistant Chief Commissioner, and I am responsible for growth and retention and engagement. So trying to make sure that we can offer guiding opportunities to as many girls and young women as possible, which is something that I care deeply about, with it having sort of benefited my life so much. And then making sure that we're kind of staying fun and current for everyone to enjoy. And I have the pleasure of guiding in 2 counties of our region, in Lancashire Northwest, so in Chorley, and in Manchester while I'm at uni. So I get to experience 2 counties as well as the whole region, which is me.
Okay, so a little bit about the past to set the scene, I think, for where we're at the moment. Girlguiding started in 1910 with just 19 girls when it originally started, and well over 100 years later now, we're still going strong. And as I said earlier, with around 50,000 currently as members in Northwest England. Traditionally, things that Girlguiding has been involved with would include earning badges, which is still a very popular activity in all sorts of different things, and probably the badges that I did as a brownie when I was 7, so 50 years ago, when the region was starting as a region, I was actually a brownie, and I was a brownie in the Northwest England, and I remember Northeast England, I should say. I remember doing house orderly badge and cook's badge, and then I moved to guides, and we started to do things a little bit more adventurous, going outdoors, doing things there. And I distinctly remember doing my patrol camp permit, so I could take my patrol away, and doing a walk along the Roman wall as part of my Queen's Guide award when I was 16. And walking from where we lived in Washington near Newcastle, and starting midway, like not too far from the beginning really of the Roman wall, and walking to Gilsland and staying in different youth hostels all the way along the Roman wall. So that was great fun, and one of my real memories from the past when I was a guide myself. And certainly since I got married and became a leader, I've done Rainbows, which is our youngest section from 5 to 7-year-olds. Currently, I am a Rainbow leader as well as being the Region Chief Commissioner, but that just started recently, so that's been fun to get going with that again. Brownies, I have also been a Brownie leader. Well, spent quite a long time, I think, being a Brownie leader, mostly while my girls were growing up as well and they were members. And Brownies are between 10 and 14. And no, they're not. Guys,
I'm thinking,
I'm confused.
no.
I was thinking, where did I get to with 10? Brownies age 7 to 10. And then guides from 10 to 14. And then at 14, The world is your oyster, really, in terms of what you want to do, and that is kind of where we look to build the future of Girlguiding, and where things go from there. Catherine.
Well, I was a brownie, but I never got beyond being a brownie. There was no guide unit. I do remember going to visit my cousin when she was on guide camp, and that looked like a lot of fun, but I never got to do that. I really got back into guiding by becoming a Girl Scout leader when we lived in Texas. So I was a leader, I was a cookie chair. I sell Girl Scout cookies.
Yay.
And because I'd enjoyed that so much when we returned to the UK, I started helping locally. So I started with guides. I've also covered Brownies. I'm currently a rainbow leader, and I've done that for a few years now. I've also been a ranger leader, district commissioner, division commissioner, just as I'm sure Julie has, and chair of guiding development. So lots of different roles along the way, but really enjoyed most of my guiding as an adult. I've definitely been away in a few camps, some of them very cold, and some of them lots and lots of good memories though with all of them. What about you, Emma?
So I started 15 years ago when I was 5 years old as a rainbow, and then went all the way through the sections. And when I turned 14, I went back to the brownie unit that I was a brownie at to be a young leader. So I was a ranger and a young leader at the same time. And then when I came to uni, I carried on at that brownie unit as well, taking the train back to see them, and also decided to have a go at being a guide leader, which is great. And I'm still in contact with my old guide unit and guide leader as well. And in fact, while sort of we're in the COVID-19 pandemic, we're both meeting online together. So I've got my own unit and my old unit meeting together on Zoom, which is really lovely. When I was 17, I took part in a program called Action for Change, which was kind of equipping us with skills to go and deliver our own social action projects. So that was kind of the first taste of guiding that I did outside of the unit. And that just really, really opened my eyes to the world of Girlguiding and how amazing it was, and really helped me grow in confidence and learn more about myself. And really, I think I'd obviously loved guiding as a young member, but I think that was the moment where I was like, no, this is incredible. I'm also a Girlguiding advocate, so one of 14 to 25-year-olds who do lots of the campaigning at a national level. So things like Future Girl, which is a kind of program that surveyed like 75,000 girls and young women to ask what they cared about, and now we're trying to change that and make the world better for them. We helped to end period poverty, which is something that, now and just a couple of years ago started becoming a really contemporary issue. So that's something I'm really proud of. And then last year, on top of that, I became Julie's assistant, which was the kind of most exciting thing of my guiding journey so far, and makes me so excited for the future. And I've already learned and kind of grown so much in a year. So I can't wait to hopefully in 50 years time look back and have done even more, and this will have been my starting point.